Hey everybody, welcome to our Diesel Dreamers team call. Tonight is November 10th, 2015, and our special guest of the evening is the fabulous Kristina Delgado, my sponsor coach, and the reason why I'm here and why all of you are here. So big ups to Christy for that. I'm going to share her awesome accolades, which I know most of them from the top of my head, but I inquired from her to tell me, and she told me to just say that she's a master of the universe. So I'm just telling you guys that that's Christy. There's the master. She's a mom to two beautiful kids, DJ and Marnie. She's the wife to Danny. She's been a coach for 5 years with Beachbody. She's at the highest rank in the business, so she's a superstar, 15-star diamond in her first business center, which is an amazing accomplishment. Not only that, but she's hit 5-star in her second business center and 1-star in her third. She has 58 months in Success Club 5, 49 months in Success Club 10, so that makes her Success Club 5 and 10 all-star plus a legend. And she recently reached a goal, I guess, of Millionaires Club, so cumulative earnings in 5 years of over $1 million now, which is incredible and amazing. Congratulations, Christy, again.
Thank you.
She was a lawyer by trade, and she retired almost 2 years ago, right? A year and a half ago?
May 2014, so a little bit, like a year and a half,
yeah. She retired from being a partner in law firm to do this full time and be home with her family. So big ups to her for that. She's an incredible mom, friend, mentor, leader. She's the co-founder of Diesel Nation, the team that we're under. She's been an elite coach for the past 3 years, 4th year running. And did I miss anything, Kristen?
Hashtag master of the universe.
All right, that will be our hashtag for the night. So yeah, she's just overall amazing, incredible. She's one of the most caring, kind, and genuine people that I know. I look up to her in many, many ways, and sometimes I don't know how she does it all, but she does. And I just really appreciate her for introducing me to this opportunity and for giving me the chance to dream again and create the life that I want to live instead of being a slave to somebody else in their dream. So, hey, Christy, I love you. I'll forever be grateful. So let's just get right into it. For those of you who might not know, can you share a little bit about how you got started with Beachbody? Hey, Angie.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Hashtag girl crush.
Yeah.
All right, Christy. So how did you get started with Beachbody?
Okay, so 5 years ago, a little bit over 5 years ago, I was working as a lawyer. I had Marley, and during the time that I had was pregnant with Marley and had Marley, I watched Becky, my sister, get in shape with P90X. Our best friend, we have a best friend, Elaine, gave my sister her P90X DVDs, and my sister pushed play. She did the program like start to finish. We knew nothing about Shakeology at the time, but she got really, really, really good results. And then when we actually got pregnant again. Actually, when I was pregnant with Marley, she was pregnant with Jake. So after Jake was born is when she really got in great shape. And then I got pregnant with DJ. And it was during that pregnancy that I had seen her get in amazing shape. And I made a decision at that very moment that I was going to do it too. That if she could do it, I could do it. And we had in the past, I don't know if you guys know this, we lived at the gym. We even had a business where we sold gym clothes, like Brazilian gym clothes out of the trunk of our car to the girls at the gym. So we have always been in fitness in one way, shape, or form. And when I had DJ and I stopped breastfeeding DJ, Becky had already become a coach by accident. She posted on an Insanity message thread on the Insanity page that she could earn $1 million if she got paid for all the referrals to P90X and Insanity that she had done because of her results. And she signed up on a whim and really started running with the business immediately. And in order for her to get to Emerald, because her coach was like, get to Emerald, she's like, well, I'm going to sign Mary and my sister. And I wanted to try Shakeology. She had told me about it. She hadn't tried Shakeology. She didn't think she needed it because my sister has always been very good with nutrition, but I wanted to try it because I had already started seeing and, reading up on it. And so I became her first ever Shakeology customer. And it was like the best thing ever because of the simplicity of it, the way that it made me feel almost immediately. I had high energy, especially with a baby that wasn't sleeping very good. I was able to, function better at work, and I was like losing weight like crazy. I had a baby, so I had all the baby weight to lose, but it was just like coming off. And within a 6-month period, I had lost 65 pounds. So that was crazy, insane to me. But as far as the business is concerned, when did that light bulb go off about the business was at an event. My sister heard that there was this thing called Super Saturday. It was the first Super Saturday. When we say like we were at the first ever Super Saturday event, like we literally were at they were nothing like they are right now. It was at this office, with these coaches in Miami that I don't even know if they're coaches anymore. But Becky didn't want to go alone, so I went with her along with my cousin and my mom's best friend. And we sat there and we watched the video, and they talked about going to the Bahamas. And all you needed to do to get to the Bahamas was to earn Success Club 5 for 9 months out of that year. And this was January. So I was like, well, okay, first tell me what that Success Club thing is. And number 2, I haven't been on a trip with my husband in like 5 years, and I'm going to the Bahamas. So that was really my motivation to get started with the business. And back then, I call it the dinosaur ages of coaching. In order to hit Success Club, you needed to sponsor a coach. One coach had to be sponsored each month, and you had to share 5 bags of Shakeology because there were no challenge packs. So it was actually a lot harder back then to hit Success Club. But quickly, I realized that in order to start growing your income, that it was because of Success Club. But it wasn't only the points. It was that one coach that you needed to sponsor. So little by little, if you hit Success Club back then, every single month out of the year, by the end of the year, you had 12 coaches, right? So I always instill in my head that is always a requirement to me, that recruiting has to be a part of Success Club. So I totally digressed into something else, but that's how my business started. It was at an event. It was because I loved Shakeology. It was because I loved the simplicity of being able to work out at home and get such amazing results. I don't know if you've ever seen my transformation pictures from back then, but they were like ridiculous. I need to get back to that, but I think I'm getting too old. I loved it, and I love the feeling of helping people and helping them, do things like Paulina's done and get in shape and save some lives in the process. So that's how I started.
Thank you for sharing, Christy. That was awesome. And I love how you hit the key point of attending an event. That's really where your light bulb moment happens. And I think that's super, super important. If you haven't been to Super Saturday yet, you need to go, and you need to be at one every single quarter. Not only that, but signing up for the Success Club trips, for Summit, all those things, because that's when my light bulb moment happened, when my aha moment happened, was when you took me as your guest to Disney, and I saw like, wow, you can get a free trip, take a guest, and have an amazing experience, and you really feel like a family. You understand what it is that we do as coaches. It's not as, I guess, like hypothetical in a sense, because when you work from home, it's hard to kind of get that feeling of that you're making a difference, that you're doing something as a team. But when you're at an event, that's where the magic happens.
I've had multiple. I think when you look back in the last 5 years, like all of my aha moments occurred at an event, whether it was a Super Saturday or a leadership training or at a summit or a Success Club trip or whatever, in any group setting. That's where the aha moments occur, especially when you see other people be successful and what they have to say, because we talk about it all the time. You guys have heard me speak, you've heard my sister speak, you've heard Paulina speak, you've heard all these coaches speak, right? But when you are face to face with someone that you see on Facebook and that you admire, and you get to just talk to them and pick their brain and just kind of discuss how their business started and what they did to start their business, that's where the magic happens. So don't underestimate going on these things, working to get there, because not only are you growing your business in the process to get there, to qualify to get there, or to earn your success level points to get there, but when you get there, then from there forward, your business kind of takes off, right? So don't underestimate that investment, the time investment and the work investment to get to these events. They are the best thing you can do for your business.
For sure. So your first aha moment was at that first Super Saturday attended with Becky. My leading question was, what was your biggest aha moment, or what happened that made you see the business opportunity? Was it attending Summit that first time that made you really understand, okay, this is a real business, I can make an amazing income with it, I can help a lot of people? When did that light bulb go off?
That is a good question. There was a few of them, and which one will I pick to share today? About the business. If you ask Becky, I know Becky talks about the Bahamas when we went to Atlantis and that being her business aha moment, and I don't think I was there yet. I thought it was still fun to me, oh, this is cool. I get to work out on the sand and wear a bikini and look hot, and I was earning $100 a week back then, so I didn't really that wasn't my aha moment. I think it was the next trip that we went on, not Summit. Summit was awesome the first time, but still I was in the mentality of that's them, this is me, that's not what I want. Remember, I didn't want to retire from the practice of law. So hearing all these people saying, oh yeah, I left my job and oh, this is great, and I'm like, they're crazy. What are they doing? They're selling a shake and I think it's cool, but yeah, I don't know about that. It was when I went to my first leadership event, which was right after that first summit that we went to. And I don't know if you guys know Scotty Hobbs. He was the one that actually spoke on the National Wake Up Call on Monday. I sat with him at breakfast and I had met him at Summit, so I already knew him. And we sat with Gabby and Scotty at breakfast one morning after a workout, and we started talking about income. And at the time, I was probably earning $200-300, maybe peaking at $400 a week, which to me was life freaking changing. I don't know about you guys, but that is life freaking changing when you could pay more to that credit card that is maxed out, or you can pay your gas, or you can pay your groceries with this extra money that you're earning. To me, that was ridiculous. And believe it or not, even with a lawyer's salary that we had, it was still rough. When the market crashed, we took a huge hit financially, so we were kind of digging ourselves out of that mess. And so this was just a blessing. And I remember having a conversation with Scotty that morning, and he asked me straight up, he's like, are you earning $1,000 a week yet? And I said, I'm not. I'm like, that seems absurd to me that you can make $1,000 a week with this business. And he's like, I'll tell you that we just recently hit the $1,000 a week. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. How cool is that? And imagine, he's from Idaho, where it literally $1,000 a week could buy you $1 million mansion. It's completely different than South Florida. But that's life friggin' changing for anywhere all over the United States, $1,000 extra a week. And he said, I'm going to tell you something that my mentor, which was Lindsay Matway, told me, and it's true in my business, so I want you to know this, that most people will quit before they hit the $1,000 mark, because it is really hard to get there. So I'm telling you that today. It is really hard to get there. You need to work, you need to stay focused, you need to hit Success Club, and you need to recruit. But he said, when you get there, the jump from 1 to 2 is exponential. It happens in months as opposed to years. And little did I know, fast forward a couple months from there, I hit that $1,000 a week consistent, because it fluctuates, right? It goes up, it goes down. And when I hit it consistent, I hit 2 in 3 months. Do you guys hear that? I hit $2,000 a week 3 months after I hit 1. And that was when I realized that's the key to this business. Right there. Scotty hit the nail on the head. You have to work your tushies off to get to that $1,000 mark. And it could be a year from now, it could be 2, but my God, is it worth it to work your butt off to get there? Because when you get there, it could grow so fast after that you're not even going to know what hit it and what hit you. So my point with that story is, don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of the fact that that can be you if you don't give up. I mean, you heard Kara say it last night. The only failure that you have is when you give up. If you are always trying and continuously moving forward, there's a big difference between trying, because I can say all the time, oh yeah, I'm trying to hit 5-star in my third. But if I'm not actually doing the steps to move forward towards 5-star in my third, or whatever crazy goal that I have, then trying doesn't cut it. So are you actually taking steps to move forward towards that $1,000 a week, towards diamond, towards 2, towards 5, towards whatever goal that you have? You have to ask yourself, look in the mirror and say, am I really doing that? And I'm telling you guys right now that if you have that vision and have it, because I'm telling you that it's real, that you keep pushing forward towards that goal. Because like Scotty told me that day, that crisp September morning in California, that the growth from 1 to 2 can be very fast. I'm telling you that it did happen. It's happened in so many people's businesses that I mentor, and it can happen to you if you don't give up and you keep moving forward.
Well, I am very fired up. I don't know about you, but that was amazing.
It was like, give me the 1,000. Going once, going twice.
And I'll work my butt off for it. I mean,
No doubt.
like she said, what other business can you help people and sell a shake and a fitness program and make this kind of money and build the kind of future you want and pay off your debt?
Right, and it doesn't have to be so complicated. I think sometimes we overcomplicate this business. You have to have all these cool graphics, and you have to say and look this way and talk this way and do these things, and it's not. Just connect with people. Just be genuine. Don't put on a show. Just be you, genuine, caring. You got to talk to people, that's for sure. That you cannot run away from. And this business is super easy. It's super easy. Yeah, the training, we got to do all that stuff, but that we all do together. That's fine. It's the connections that you make that make your business grow.
Amen, Kristina. So, what is the core activity you engage in that's growing your business the most?
So if you ask me right now, my biggest thing is being a true product of the product. I have been analyzing people for the last 3 months after Becky did Hammer and Chisel. And I don't know if you guys know that, Becky was in the Hammer and Chisel test group. She's in tremendous shape. The month that she was in the Hammer and Chisel test group, she had 43 Success Club points, which is insane. Then she did it again the next month because she is in, and you don't have to have a six-pack. You don't need to look crazy like she does or anything like that. It's being a true product of the product that gives you the passion to share this business fervently. I can never say that word. I should stop using it. But you know what I mean? With such, just balls to the wall. That's the better synonym to that. Balls to the wall, that she doesn't care because she knows it works so good and makes her feel so amazing. And the shake is liquid gold. Someone said that today on my page. I was like, yes, it's liquid gold. That's what makes you confident. That's what makes you confident enough to go out there and share it. And then I started looking at, coaches on the team and my coaches, and I realized the ones that I don't see committed to their fitness, that they're not working out consistently. They fall off track all the time. They're in, they're out. Guess what? That's what their business looks like too. So I'm making this correlation with the being a product of the product with success in the business. And I'm not saying it's everything. But I do see how important it is to have a story with the products. That you got your 21-day fix pack and you freaking went ham on it and you did amazing and you lost 10 pounds and you feel great, and Shakeology does X, Y, and Z for you and know how to articulate X, Y, and Z. Because when you don't know what it's done and you don't have that fire, guess what? Everyone you talk to, you're going to instill doubt in them when you talk to them. Because they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, it is kind of expensive. You're going to be like, well, yeah, you know, kind of. Because if someone tells me Shakeology is too expensive, I'm like, you are nuts. Like, you're crazy. I would pay $200 for this stuff. Like, I literally will say something like that, you know, to make them realize how absurd it is that they're saying that Shakeology is too expensive, because I truly believe in it. And when you truly believe in it and you have that story to tell with it, then you will become a better coach because your confidence levels go through the roof. So what I do with my team now is literally hammer them. I don't care if they don't make success of their first month. I don't care if it's the second, third, or fourth, or the fifth. They need to have a story with the products. They need to develop the same kind of passion that I have. Maybe not the same because I'm a little crazy, but a heightened level of passion when it comes to the Beachbody products that we share. Because without that, the business isn't as easy. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what the answer to your question is that I forgot.
The core activity that run your business the most?
There. It has. No, recently it's getting, my coaches are being more successful off the bat because I have that mentality. Because I don't want to force them into the business they're not ready for. I want them to really, really, really buckle down and get that story for themselves. And when they do that, it's like emerald, boom, success club, boom. Like they're just like, go, 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 go. Because they believe it. They believe it.
Yeah. I mean, Carl Decker said it. Our business is about helping people get results. And that starts with us first, you know. We can't lead them unless we are doing it ourselves. So
absolutely.
So looking back, is there anything you would have done differently when starting out, or is there anything you wish you would have known earlier?
Well, I did a whole national wake-up call, I think, on that topic. So I would go back to what I said on that call. I didn't, at the beginning, appreciate, I guess, the customer relationship as much as I should. Customer relationships, I think, are the foundation to a successful business, because successful customer relationships create successful coaches. And so I underestimated that. And I was guilty of, I was busy at work and, you know, I wasn't really developing those things. So I would sell people Shakeology and I would forget to follow up. And I would sell a challenge pack later on when we had challenge packs, and gosh, I got so busy I didn't add the person to a challenge group, you know, like things like that were happening. So I was letting people become numbers instead of people, and that was a mistake that I made. And then obviously getting my coaches started right, that was a struggle for me at first because we were still learning the business. Becky and I had no one to tell us what to do. We had no one to go and be on a call with and learn stuff like this from. We didn't have any training systems. We didn't know what Emerald looked like. We had to Google it. We had to figure out how to get to Diamond and do it ourselves. So it was that, like, early on, my coaches, like if you ask Vanessa Casulo, she was like one of the first coaches I ever signed. I never trained her at all, you know? So things like that probably could have changed the early on success of Diesel Nation, but hey, I wouldn't trade it for the world. We're doing pretty good.
Yes, we are. All right. So how do you promote your challenge groups, your sneak peeks, your biz-op calls? Do you have any tips for us that can help us get people engaged and interested in our groups?
Yeah. So my big thing right now is to be systematic about it. I've always been a believer in 2 challenge groups a month. I think it keeps life in your business. It keeps giving you chances to hit Success Club if you do it twice a month, early on in the month and then later in the month. Announcing challenge groups should be done on like Sunday nights or Monday mornings. Like, you have to consider when are the times that people feel fat and feel out of control. And it's probably after, football Sunday, and they've eaten way too much on Sunday, and they see a post from you about a challenge group, and they're like, oh my God, I really need to do something about that. So Sunday night, Monday mornings. The same thing goes for business stuff, business opportunity calls. If you just go back to this week in my Facebook, on Sunday night, I posted that I was having my business opportunity call on Wednesday. I just posted again tonight, and tomorrow morning it's going to go up one more time as a last call for the business opportunity call. You have to give people enough opportunity to see the post, because not everybody's going to see it the first time that you post it. Have an eye-catching image with not too much stuff on it, and your picture has to be on it. I cannot stress that enough. You have to have your face on it. I know a lot of people are doing a picture with the containers. That's super cute. But try not to be, it shouldn't be a picture of autumn. It shouldn't be a picture of, 21 Day Fix logo. It should be a picture of you in your workout gear or however you want, announcing your next challenge group. I mean, I think you have a lot of great examples from Paulina. I've done a few of them. You guys are great at that too. Just keep doing that and be systematic. Like, for instance, I had a group start at the beginning, a challenge group start at the beginning of November. Now I'm giving myself a week and a half to start another one on November 30th, right after Thanksgiving. And I'm already starting to talk about how people are going to feel after Thanksgiving and the binge. So they already start thinking, like, I need to be part of that group that she's starting on November 30th. What else? The same thing for sneak peeks is be systematic about it. I like to keep my sneak peeks to the end of the month. Why? Because I'm working with everyone that I sold a challenge pack to month prior or at the beginning of that month. I want to funnel them into the sneak peek at the end of the month. So this is how my brain works. Like, systematically, the team calendar is set up this way that I have challenge groups at the beginning, at the end, and then that biz op call kind of in the middle, and then the sneak peek at the end, so that all the people that I've sold challenge packs to prior month or early on get, I'm empowering them to join the sneak peek. So you're probably asking, like, how do I empower them? The customer relationship is critical. Those behind the scenes conversations that you have. Remember, not all challenge groups are going to be great challenge groups. They're always, they're kind of hit and miss. You probably have experienced that. But even if it's a miss, you can hit a slam dunk if you're engaged with your challenger via message or text message. And I am very direct when I ask them to join a sneak peek. I tell them that I think you would be an amazing coach. I think you have everything that it takes. I just want you to listen. Can I add you to the group? I have never had someone tell me no. Like, never. Just go for it. What are they going to do? I mean, if you're telling them, like, there's no strings attached. Like, I use that line all the time. Like, just listen to what we do. At the very least, consider that you can get a discount on your shake that you just told me you love, because that's always a question you need to ask your challengers is, how are you liking Shakeology? If they say, oh my God, I love it, if you're not signing them as a coach within 3 days of that statement, you're doing something wrong. Consider that. You got to get them signed up right away. Yes? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit, because my next question is if you have any systems in place for onboarding new coaches and training your team in general. And we all know you're constantly promoting new coach training groups that are starting for the team, team-wide. So what is your take on going from coach to emerald? What's the importance of advancing in rank, especially right at the beginning when you're starting your business?
Very important. I think emerald is like that first rung of success in our business that means a whole lot. It's like the gateway. It's the gateway rank to everything that's amazing about this business. First of all, it's fairly easy to get there, right? It's two people, one, right leg, left leg, boom, you're emerald. Most of the time people will do it with family members, which is cool. But I want you to think, get to emerald and keep growing. Why? Why do we need to keep growing? Number one, it's what opens the door to team cycle bonuses. When I talked earlier about getting from $0 to $1,000, that does not occur through retail, because you just can't. You can't retail $1,000 a week unless you have some pimp daddy website that's just SEO up the wazoo. Like, it's not gonna happen. You need your team to help you earn that $1,000 a week. So once you get to emerald and you've opened the door to team cycle bonuses, you have to keep adding to your team past the two coaches that you have in order to get to that first time you earn that $14 cycle bonus. It's like the gates of heaven open up and the angels sing, because you realize that that's where the income that happens when you're sleeping, when you don't have to like be chugging hours through this business all the time, that it is our group collective effort that's going to help you grow your checks. And when that first cycle bonus happens, it's like such a beautiful thing, and then you want more of it, right? You realize like, oh, there's $14, I want more of that. Like, we're gonna get $28, and then you start figuring out that adding members to your team and training your team is what's gonna get you from 14 to 28 to 30, whatever, to keep growing. So that doesn't happen unless you're emerald. And then the other one, which at this time of the year becomes the most important, is the lead system. I cannot say enough right now about the lead system, because they upped the requirements to Success Hub 5 and 10 and Emerald, right? So you have to be Emerald in order to even get your foot in the door with the lead system. And now they're adding the SC5, SC10. So if you are hitting those benchmark goals in your business, which I hope everybody on this call is or striving to do that, you get these leads. And because they've tied the leads to Success Club, a lot of those emeralds that weren't hitting Success Club, they're not getting leads anymore. So we are being inundated with leads right now. And just last month, listen to this, just last month, Paulina knows this because oh my God, I was like crazy. 4 of my Success Club points were from leads. 4 of them. Because I consistently hit Success Hub 10, so I'm getting not only customer leads, but I'm also getting the Shakeology leads, which I'm getting automatically paid on. But my customer leads, I have so many of them that some of them are seeing the 21-day fix on sale and size on sale that they're buying challenge packs. And it's like, it's been amazing. So don't underestimate the lead system when you become Emerald and also hit Success Club. And now is that time, right? Now's that time to really to hit Emerald and to start earning Success Club. Why? Because in January, if you haven't noticed already, they're already kind of gearing up for it. It's when New Year's resolutions are set. And what does Beachbody do? They play our infomercials basically around the clock on TV. You'll see it. If you didn't see it last year, you're going to see it. 21-Day Fix, T25, P90X3, Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel will probably be out by January. You're going to be flipping and you're going to see 21-Day Fix, T25. It's going to be insane. And those people are all going to be funneled into the lead system. So that is why everyone on this call should not only be Emerald. I know Emily and Julia, you guys are pushing for Diamond, which is amazing. But Emerald and above, and hitting Success Club now, so that you can benefit from these crazy leads that's going on right now. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yes, amazing. Do you have any advice for the coming months, especially with the launch of Hammer and Chisel in December?
Yeah, number one is focus on you right now. Focus on your fitness, because come January, people are going to be looking for that coach that knows their stuff and is consistent and is a role model and someone that they can be aspire to be. That's who they're looking for. That's who they're scoping the scene. They're determining, okay, am I going to go to the gym in January, or am I going to start CrossFit in January, or am I going to ask Emily about that 21-day fix? So if Emily is not doing the 21-day fix and Emily is not posting about Shakeology, guess what? Emily's going to be C on that rung of choices. We need to be A in that rung of choices. So whether it's Hammer and Chisel or the 21-day fix or whatever, you need to be in the forefront of everybody's mind right now. So you need to be posting on social media. You need to be a true product of the product, drinking your shake, and just, starting to gear up and using that language of year end and end of year goals and things like that to get people thinking. You don't need to be so in the face, oh, New Year's resolutions are coming, but how get in the minds of people. What are they thinking right now? Renewal in the new year, like setting goals for the new year, focusing on development in the new year, things like that, where you're going to start attracting people to you to follow you. And when the time comes in January, you're going to be, A on that rung of choices that they're going to have. Hammer and Chisel is do Hammer and Chisel. Let's rock that effing shit. Let's do it and get amazing results, right? Like, everybody should buy it on December 1st and just start it. Like, seriously, just start it and start talking about it. My sister has started, and so has Monica, so you can choose which one. They've started like an event on Facebook where you can actually add your prospects to, if they are interested in Hammer and Chisel, where they'll be posting transformations and stories and videos and stuff like that they can watch to get ready for the purchase on December 1st. And I'm going to say this, and you can't tell anyone because it's not public information yet, but on November 23rd, the Diesel Nation team call will have Autumn Calabrese on it, and it's going to be all Hammer and Chisel. So we can invite our prospects to that call because they're going to be talking strictly about Hammer and Chisel with Becky, Monica, Aaron Young, and Jose from Puerto Rico. He's going to be on that call talking about their stories. So it's going to be a super cool call right before the launch to get your customers ready for it. So if you have a list, start writing the list for Hammer and Chisel because you want to invite them on November 23rd.
Amazing. I didn't even know that. Christy, you didn't tell me.
Ah, you see, I saved the good stuff for your team.
Yes, you did. But I'm on YouTube, so hopefully no one else watches it. All right. So back when you were working full-time as a lawyer and then doing this on the side, how did you balance everything between work life, family life, your kids, social life, and just all your other responsibilities? Because a lot of us are also working, full-time or going to school and doing other things, not just, 100% with Beachbody. How do you balance that?
I didn't sleep for 3 years. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I sleep. I'll go to sleep at 8 o'clock if I could and wake up. First you have to sacrifice. I don't like sugarcoating it and saying, oh my God, it was so perfect. I woke up and I worked my business and I did this and I was perfect and I was a perfect mom and I was a perfect wife and perfect coach, because that's impossible, right? That doesn't happen in real life. Sometimes I was a hot mess. Sometimes I wasn't. But one thing that was true for those 3.5 years that got me to that point was that I made sacrifices. I doing things like this, like staying up late to do a call. I did those things. I would use my time in the car to work my business and talk to my coaches and my customers. I was constantly present on social media, whether that meant risking it at work and, typing up and using my phone to get my post up or going to the bathroom or the garage to do stuff. But I made sacrifices. I took risks. I knew that this was something that was going to eventually really benefit the family once I saw the forward movement of the business. So I got Danny on board. I said, listen, I think we can do something with this. And yeah, we fought sometimes because I was, like this all the time on my phone. But in the long run, he supported it. He understood. The kids were really little. So now it's actually a little bit harder because they're more demanding of attention than they were back then. But I made everyone a part of the business. They knew when I had to work. They knew when I had calls. They knew when mommy had to go to Super Saturday and stuff like that. I just, when you believe in something so much and have a vision so clear of what it could provide to you, you just figure it out. Like, that's the way that I saw it. Like, I just had to figure it out. And there was days where I couldn't work as much on the business. There was days that I could, depending on what was going on at work. But I always showed up, like, every single day. Looking back 5 years, I don't think there's one day that I didn't show up to my business, because as a true business owner, which this is, I believe that the business doesn't function without us. This isn't like Burger King or, like well, it's not. Yeah, like Burger King. I was trying to think of another example, and nothing came to my mind. But with this kind of business, where you are the brands, where you are what causes the forward movement, the direction of your personal business, that you have to show up. Whether it's that 1 minute a day or that 3 hours a day, whatever it is that you have to invest, show up, be focused, and do the damn thing, because you can develop something that's going to completely change your life.
So was it all worth it?
Yes. I say it all the time. I would do it over again. If they said, "Oh, Kristina, sorry, but you're gonna have to start from scratch," I would do it. That's how much I believe in this business, and how much I believe in it, not only for me, but for you guys too, because that's what drives me now. Like we have all these things, and the team is growing, and it's wild. So my passion now is helping you guys be successful. And seeing the success that you want to see. Not everybody wants what I want. Not everybody, everybody has their own goals and life aspirations. But to see you happy, and to see you thriving, and to see you doing things that you weren't able to do before, and whatever that is, that's what drives me now, and that's what keeps me passionate about this business.
For sure. So to lead with that, I wanted to ask you, for those of us who might not have that goal of going full-time with this and making this our, mainstream of income, how would you encourage someone or tell them the point of it? Like, why should you still put in a few hours a week to grow this business, even though it might not be, on their vision board or one of their goals? Because, like you said, when you started, you thought it was kind of crazy for people to want to retire their jobs and do this full-time. So what would you say to somebody who might not have those goals yet of going full-time with this?
Right. So, I was saying I didn't have that goal. So I've been there. For the first, almost 3 years, I didn't have a goal of leaving my job. Right. So I hate when, like, other coaches, like they make it seem, not our team, because I think we did a good job at this, where we, the whole thrust of, like, the business opportunity is fire your boss, because that's not what everybody wants, right? And it's totally cool to not want to leave your job. I never have, like, ever forced anyone, like, oh, you need to leave your job to be more successful. No, that's the biggest personal decision that anyone can make. And you and only you know what you want, right? So never ever feel like that is something that you have to do to be successful. I guess that's the number one, because I was fairly successful while I was still working. There's still coaches that are in the Millionaire Club that still work, believe it or not. Like they don't have to go hand in hand. That's number one. Number two is, your why doesn't necessarily have to be that, right? I think that's kind of where I was going. Everybody has a why. You might not know what it is, but you have one. You just need to figure out what it is and extract it. You have to, everybody has a reason to want more out of life, right? And this business is something that can provide that. Is it travel? Is it, having that fund of, with 10 grand where you say, you know what, next month I want to go to Greece. I'm going to go to Greece because I have 10 grand in my account from Beachbody and I can afford to go to Greece. It could be that. It could be paying off your debt. I mean, most people do not earn in their primary source of income, do not make enough money to pay off their student debt at a quicker rate than the minimum payment. Do I have to say that again? Most people do not earn enough money with their first income to pay off their student debt at a quicker rate. This business can help you do that, because even if you're earning $100 a week or $50 a week, that can go directly into your student loan payments, and it could help you pay off those loans quicker. I mean, I think all of you have student loans. I still have them, right? And that's something that could drive someone to work this business. And then the third thing, so that's one, you have to figure out what is it that you want and how can this business provide it. And number 3 is try to always keep it fun. You have to try to keep it fun, especially if you're still working a full-time job and don't want to leave your full-time job. You love your full-time job. Is you want to stay committed to this for more reasons than just income. Keep it fun. Go to the events. Keep engaged with your team, because those are the things that give you the emotional connection to Beachbody that mean sometimes, and to a lot of people, a lot more than money in the bank. Is knowing that you have connections with your girlfriends and that you are, back in touch with people that you haven't seen since college or middle school or elementary school. Feeling that you're part of a team. I don't know if you all are part of the sorority that Paulina was in, but that feeling that you guys had in your sorority, I mean, don't you kind of feel it a little bit, being back on a team with Beachbody? I know I feel like that because I was a cheerleader and I have a bunch of my cheer friends are on the team too. And it's cool that we get to reminisce and talk and we see each other again. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't know you guys. So that, for people that, I mean, this is for everybody, but for people that don't see this being their only source of income, don't devalue the value of that, of being part of a team, of the fun that we have as Beachbody coaches, and how fun and rewarding it is to fundamentally help someone and help them change their life. That's a big deal, because you can't say that for a lot of our jobs, right? I know me as a lawyer, I was a defense lawyer. So my thing was, how can I prove that the plaintiff who was potentially injured or killed by our doctor, how can we not pay them all the money that they deserve? That was my job. So talk about sucking the fun out of life. That was what I did for a living. So this gave me something so incredibly fun to wrap my head around and to release all that crap that I had to deal with on a daily basis, and the negative and the competition and all that stuff, right? So don't devalue that, because that's important.
Yeah, for sure. This is a solution for whatever you want out of life, like you said. If it making it.
I love how Amy said it once. She said, "Why would you give up on the solution to pretty much everything in life?" That's what this opportunity is.
For sure. So I'm gonna wrap it up with 2 quick questions because I know it's late and you have to go to bed. So what's one action you recommend that we can do right now that will help us move our business forward?
Make your goals a requirement. And that Jamie O'Rear, one of my coaches, said that the other day. I had our team, start posting their goals for November, and she wrote, I don't put Success Club as my goal because it's a requirement in my business. And a lot of times people say that Success Club or advancing in rank, hitting that rank that you guys have set out, is non-negotiable. Is it really? Or are you, yeah, well, maybe, or not this month, I'll try next month. No, remember, your business, it rests on you, right? So you and only you know whether you are making these things a requirement or not. And are you acting that way? And so that's the one thing I want to stress upon is if we sit here and say, okay, getting to Diamond or hitting Success Club are the gateway to success in this business, well, are you really, really taking the steps to get there? Are you just saying it? Or are you actually doing it? So make your goals more of a requirement so that you don't back down from them and you don't give yourself an out from them. So many people allow themselves wiggle room on their goals. Stop giving yourself wiggle room. You deserve, I think I told you guys that this week, you deserve to be successful, but you have to act successful to be successful. So right now, make the commitment to your business, make the commitment to your goals, and make them a requirement because you can do it, because it's right there. It's right there for you. You guys are talented. You're beautiful. You have everything going for you. Just get it done.
Amen. Last question. What are you most proud of? And it doesn't have to be Beachbody related.
You want to make me cry.
Don't make me cry.
Okay, I'm not gonna cry, but I'm most proud of my family and my kids, and the fact that I'm most proud that I actually wrote this today. I had to respond to a questionnaire, and for the majority of their lives, I'd never felt like a mom. I don't know if that makes sense. I knew I was their mom, but I didn't feel like a mom because I was literally getting them up, getting them to school, getting home, cooking dinner, and putting them to bed. I was more just like a caregiver. And now I get to experience like them. The bad, Paulina knows, we experience the bad, but men, we experience the good. And that is probably that's the thing I'm most proud of. And it was this business that gave me that. So.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
the
you.
best. Does anyone have a quick question before we hop off, or is everyone good? Ready to kick some butt?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you again, Christy. You rock. Like I mentioned, you're amazing. You're an amazing friend, and I appreciate all that you brought into my life. So, and we could thank DJ for that.
That's right. Thank you guys for having me on. I hope you guys have a great night.
Yes. Let me take a quick photo of us, and then we'll say goodnight. So.
There's Angie. There's Angie.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, Christy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Kick butt.
Love you guys.
Great night.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.